Hi, good afternoon, and welcome back to the Facade Engineering and Management course. And today, after we discuss two sessions about introductions on facade engineering, we already discussed about the function of facade design and engineering and the role of the facade engineer in developing the design for the building envelope. We also discussed from the last meeting about the history or the historical development of facade engineering from ancient time to medieval to Renaissance to Baroque to modern and to postmodern and contemporary design of facade engineering. We understand how the facade engineering evolved over time and how the materials, the performance and the functions of facade engineering defined from ancient to the modern architecture. And today we are going to discuss the innovations. So what is the future of the facade engineering? And this lesson we will learn the latest innovations and research performed and done by known architects, engineers and facade engineers to improve the facade performance of the building that concerns sustainability, durability, and renewable energy. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. So right now we saw many design of buildings. I could say futuristic design or futuristic facade. So basically futuristic facade is an architecture often embrace innovative design concepts, materials and technologies to create visually striking and technological advancement building exterior, such as dynamic facade, transparent solar panels, interactive LED screen, biomimetic facade, 3D printed facade, nanotechnology that enables facade to self-clean the facade, kinetic facade, augmented reality facade, green facade, and smart facades. And still, we are innovating and seeing different advantages of materials to integrate or to use as a facade materials. We also found some example of a dynamic adaptive facade. So this kind of facade has an ability to respond and adapt to environmental conditions such as sunlight, temperatures, and wind. So they may incorporate sensors and actuators to adjust shading elements, allowing for optimal energy efficiency and occupant comfort. One good example of this dynamic facade is the Al Bahar Tower in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, which is designed by architectural firm IDAS. So the towers were completed in 2012 and featured a unique dynamic shading system known as Masravia. Another innovations in facade is a transparent solar panel. So which are currently, by the way, the last slide is about dynamic facade. I would like to share to you more details about that maybe in the next presentations. And here we have these transparent solar panels which are currently being developed. Not so much familiar on more buildings, but it could be integrated into the glass surface of buildings, transforming them into an energy generating structures. So example of building facade project that uses transparent solar panel is the Solar Leaf building in Hamburg, Germany, so developed by architectural firm Arup and the company Colt International. So basically this building facades incorporates transparent solar panels to generate renewable energy while maintaining transparency. But I don't think so if, for example, you already have this kind of algae inside the double glaze unit, and then just to generate energy from this algae. So this is, in my opinion, needs to be developed further to see how to optimize and to increase the light transparency on the glass facade. Another development or innovations in facade engineering is the transparent solar panel. So normally we have this solar panel which is color blue, dark blue, and sometimes you cannot, the transparency is not as like of the clear glass panel. So these solar panels used for clear, they call it photovoltaic glass. That is probably the most cutting-edge new solar panel technology that promises to be a game changer and expanding the scope of solar panel. So these are transparent solar panels that can literally generate electricity from windows in offices or home, car, sunroof, or even smartphone. So blinds are another part of building windows that can generate electricity. But here, look at this example in the screen that you can, you never notice that this is a solar panel. Instead, you will maybe in the first impression is this is a clear glass without any additional features like solar panels to generate electricity. So researchers at Michigan State University originally created the first fully transparent solar concentrator in 2014, and these clear solar panels could turn virtually any glass sheets of windows into a PV cells. And they're expecting that by 2020, which is already done, but what happens there is the pandemic. So the researchers in the US and Europe have already achieved this full transparency for the solar panel. So basically this is still under research and still not yet fully implemented, but in some building in Europe, like in MPIC, in a European manufacturer that has introduced this advanced product called Power Window. So in fact, it is the only current installed transparent solar panel in the world right now, covering 300 square foot, and that is the Dutch Bach building. So another example of innovations in facade engineering is the interactive LED screen. LED screen embedded in the facade can create a dynamic and interactive displays. And these screens could be used for advertising, arts installations, or even community messagings, adding a vibrant and futuristic element to the building exterior. Examples of these buildings are from Holland Casino Venue and Aquarium Seoul in South Korea. Another innovations in facade engineering is the biomimetic facades, which is inspired by nature's biomimetic facades. Mimic is the efficiency and beauty of natural systems. So for example, is facade that imitate the self-cleaning abilities of lotus leaves, for example, or the light filtering properties of leaves could reduce maintenance needs and can improve the energy performance. The example of this is the Mediatic building in Barcelona, Spain, which is a huge, lightweight, transparent square box that is supported by fabulous green structural pillars. We will discuss this further in our next, maybe in the next discussions or lessons. Another innovations in facade engineering is the 3D printed facades. So these additive manufacturing techniques, such as 3D printing, could revolutionize facade construction, and in fact it's already been used in the construction industry. But my personal experience in using this 3D printed facade, we cannot find suitable building code or standards or testing standards to sustain the claim that the 3D printed facade can be used in terms of its flexibility, tensile and compressive strength to use as a building facade materials. So this complex, intricate design can be realized. So whatever with the shape, the size, the textures can be realized with ease, so allowing for unique and futuristic shapes that were previously difficult to achieve through traditional construction method. One of the example of using a 3D printed facade has been introduced by Dulce Architect, has combined 3D printed bioplastic with a tensile fabric structure to create a sculptural facade for a temporary European Union building. Another innovation in facade engineering is the introductions of a green facade. So this is also known as biophilic design, incorporating the elements of nature and natural systems into the building's exterior, creating, a connection between the occupants and the natural environment. Despite that you are living in the high-rise building, you can still enjoy the environment, the natural environment. So it draws the inspiration from biophilia that innate human affinity for natures and seeks to enhance health, well-being, and productivity through the integrations of natural elements. As sustainability becomes increasingly important, futuristic facade may incorporate extensive greenery, including vertical gardens or living walls. So this facade not only improve air quality but also provide insulations and a natural aesthetic appeal. But of course, there is a negative impact on the maintenance and cleaning and operations of the building, which we will discuss in the next or on the following lesson. So one of the example here is the tree house in Singapore, which is consists of 4 towers or 24-story apartment with 429 units and a basement car park. So sustainability was a key factor in the design and construction phase of this building. As you can see on the other image, we have this photovoltaic scheme. So this building is a compact design of sustainability and renewable energy. So we have this drip irrigation, wind turbines, housing unit, and storage units, and food, of course, that we can generate from planting plants inside the building. So this kind of innovation is the future, could be a future for facade engineering, which is still developing and could be designed in progressive design for facade engineers. Another innovation in facade is the use of smart facades, which is the integrations of smart technologies and Internet of Things or IoT system into facade, which can enhance energy efficiency and user experience. Smart facade can monitor and adjust lighting temperatures and ventilation based on real-time data, optimizing the energy consumptions and occupant comfort. We already discussed this in the last meeting about smart facade and how this has been monitored and how to install. So like electrochromic glass has been used to monitor and to operate the smart glazing. So one of the example here is the Amorapic Pacific headquarters, which implies electrochromatic glazing, enabling to change colors depending on its voltage. So the glass makes it possible to digitally control the color to black or control the amount of radiations getting in. So it uses a sensor that makes physically controlling it from a mobile phone likely. So there's an apps to control the shading, the lights that come inside the building. So to control the tinting keeps the interior environment favorable from the inhabitants that doesn't affect contact with the outside surrounding through viewing. And so this is the innovations of facades. And then this lesson represent so this is a quick discussion about the innovations of facade, and this is the last slide. As you can see on the screen, we identify how the air should circulate inside the building and how the facade contributes on the performance of the building in terms of ventilations, heat and cold management and monitoring. So the design of facade provides the holistic approach in the performance of the building. So these lessons, to conclude this subject, is to that represent just fractions of possibilities for futuristic facade. So as technology advances and architecture innovation continues, we can expect to see even more inspiring and imaginative building exterior in the future.